my name's Tamara Chambers, and this is Walter
Benasiak?
Benasiak.
That's my last name.
I didn't want to say it wrong.
You're not the first, you won't be the last.
This is Tamara's Never Seen.
Oh, by the way.
Today we are watching Rocky. I am for the first time. You've seen Rocky how many times?
It's in the hundreds, probably. In high school, I was watching this movie like every day, pretty much. Once I got the DVD and I had a DVD player in my room, I was just like, Rocky.
I feel like this might not keep my interest in a way that I'll recognize it's a good movie, but I'll also be like, I just didn't really care about it.
Don't hold back, honestly. Seriously though, if you don't like it, don't like spare my feelings because Rocky is part of who I am. Go ahead. I'm serious. Just go all out. If you don't like it, tell me you don't like it.
What if I just did it and I was like, oh my god, it's so good, and at the very end you leave and I'm like, I actually hated this film.
I did write out a couple predictions, speaking of which. So this is a new thing. I thought I'd introduce this for your show here.
Great.
So I wrote down how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 predictions. So they're on the screen now. She can't see them because this is in editing.
Magic.
So they're up on the screen now. We'll see.
I'm excited. No, let's
cut
do
to
it.
the intro.
There we go.
Tamara's Never Seen.
Okay. Okay. Maybe like my favorite love story of all time.
Yes.
Guys. First of all, I have to say, I thought it was going to be more heavily focused on the boxing.
So you would say that this wasn't what you were expecting. Ding. Prediction 1 complete.
It wasn't what I was expecting.
Yes, that's the first one. Not what you expected.
Because literally I say that in every review. Oh, this was just not what I was expecting. They didn't focus on the boxing barely at all. And then you got to the final fight and it was like, this hasn't been built up. Like in a movie that was made today, it would have been built up a lot more, I think. I think the pacing was a little weird in like the build up.
It's a story about characters that has boxing in the background, is stuff that I've heard people describe it as.
So the first fight that he's in, the other guy like headbutts him and it's
Like
like,
Rico.
oh, foul on you, like don't do that, bad job.
Hey now.
Don't do that.
Hey there now,
It's
sir.
like,
You can't do that.
It's like gonna cause him permanent brain damage.
Yeah, headbutts
That's
aren't good.
Stressful to
Yes.
me.
Sporting violence you're just not into, is that it?
Something that's gonna cause you permanent brain damage stresses me out.
Okay.
I think the only boxing video movie I've ever seen is $1 Million Baby.
That's a good movie though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before I saw it, I thought that it was that movie with Bernie Mac, the 3000.
Mr. 3000. What? Whoa.
I
Okay.
do not pay attention to films, and I had never seen. One of the first things that I just loved so much is this like just casual street band that's hanging out and like singing on the corner.
Take it back.
Like the only boxing movie to ever have an a cappella band in it. I just immediately love his character. I said this to you while we were watching. I'd only seen him on SNL. I've never seen a movie.
Random.
Yeah,
The only thing you've seen Stallone on is SNL.
And so I just thought the shtick would get old for me. His whole like Rocky thing.
Hey, oh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It did not at all. I loved him so hard. His character is so like relatable.
Yes.
And I mean, he's an underdog, so underdogs are relatable. But I loved him. He's like this lonely dude who just wants like this nice, like he just wants a girlfriend. He just wants like his turtles, and I just really like it. I love his love for animals.
Okay, so did you like Butkus?
Yes, I loved Butkus.
Another prediction!
I also love the story behind that.
Stallone was like on the street, man. He was like he was like basically homeless, I think, for a couple days before he sold the Rocky script and convinced the studio executives to let him star in the movie. Butkus was his real dog. He had to sell Butkus, and then he got Butkus back after he finally got paid. He was like, I gotta get that dog back.
I love that.
Yeah.
He does a really good job of like writing himself. So I didn't know that he wrote these movies. Rocky is Sylvester Stallone.
Like if you got someone else saying those jokes, they would just be like, oh god.
For sure.
But he's so natural with that stuff.
I wrote Little Marie, yes. She reminds me of Anybody's from West Side Story, so I liked her. And he's just like telling her not to be in his word, I'm gonna say a bad word here, whore.
Ooh, alright.
Like telling her not to be so sassy, but he's like looking out for her.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what he's kind of everybody knows him. Like you see him run down the street and everyone's like, hey, you're Rocky, hey, you know, like everybody knows who Rocky is, you know?
Yeah.
He's just kind of a neighborhood guy that got that shot, so now that he got the shot, everyone's super happy for him.
One of my favorite parts, it's a super small moment, but it's like the training montage, and he's running down the street and somebody just throws him an orange.
Yeah.
It's like, they just love him so much.
The training montage, I mean, it's pretty famous. I mean, the music, that's very influential. Like, it's been parodied 100,000,000 times.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of that? What'd you think of like the music and especially that montage?
Music was great. We were talking about the music earlier. I think it's like really subtle and pretty and perfect, and there's a lot of moments of just silence, which I really like too. Training montage was just like really, like, yay! Oh, good for you, Rocky. You get it. Oh, He's like, no, thank you, Walter. Southpaw here.
Whoa.
Hey,
Southpaw's
can you be our friends?
feisty.
No,
Oh.
no, we can't. We can't have nice things. I have so much fur on my shirt now. I just have to mention the date between him and Adrian at the rink was so cute.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good moment. She was so like standoffish until that moment. And he's just like talking for his life. Like he just doesn't want to lose her interest, and he's just like full on just like, here's a picture, this is what I did, I'm a southpaw, what. And she's
He just
like,
keeps talking. The broken
really
finger,
cute.
the bong, it works. Yeah. Whenever you're like, oh god, is that real?
I like him so much now. I
See?
didn't know.
Do you want to watch the other movies now?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Also, if we're gonna talk about cute moments with him and Adrian, that kiss
Okay.
is excellent.
So you loved the kiss.
Yes, I loved the kiss.
I thought you were not going to like the kiss, so that's against me.
Not as predictable as everyone thinks. Wait, why didn't you think I was gonna like it?
Because I know you don't kind of like the forced kissing thing, and
I
that
don't.
kind of was a little bit.
On the brink, but I feel like in a way, this might be offensive to people, but I feel like in a way that's like, that she needed that like little push.
Yeah, exactly.
She was into it. She didn't like push him away, but
she was.
also it was just really sexy. His lips are great. Lips usually bother me in actors.
Sexy lips.
Usually like Macaulay Culkin, crazy lips. You have weird lips, dude.
I love that that's something you hate about Macaulay Culkin. His freaking lips,
His
man.
lips are so weird.
What's up with that? I said you would love Adrian. Just Adrian. I didn't
Oh,
say-
I love
Okay.
him.
so-
Or
so-
her.
It's
I
a her.
love Adrian. It's her. I really love her pyramid hat.
Pyramid hat. She does have like the weirdest sense of style. Except that part where Rocky wraps his blanket around her and we're like, it's Batman and an 80-year-old woman.
80-year-old woman. Girl, I mean, you have to be confident to wear that in front of like a suitor.
Or apparently not.
It's true, she's not.
She's looking in the mirror and she's like, oh my god.
Good enough. Oh,
Hair flip.
will you flip?
I don't really, in the front I can.
Yeah.
Oh.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
Anyone can flip their hair.
I want to see people starting to do that now. Like, it's not, I don't hear the sound.
Yeah. That would be a funny video if in my everyday life I flipped my hair and it didn't make the sound and I'm like... Mickey comes to offer his help. Rocky turns him down and has that whole yelling through the door thing.
It's a good scene.
It's so good. He's like, where were you 10 years ago? You weren't here for me then. Because he's such a great flippin' dude, he just goes into the street and like brings him back and it's like, yeah, I will use your help.
And you don't even hear anything. It's just one shot from really far away and you just see him like, you can tell what he's saying. And like they shake hands at the end, he puts his arm around him and the Rocky and Mickey duo is born. So what did you think of Mickey?
I wish Mickey gave me more of an impression.
Really?
Yeah, I like this backstory of them, but them together in this film didn't like strike me, but I love what they have gone through. I like their story.
You see more in the sequels what happens with Rocky and Mickey, and yeah, their relationship strengthens and really becomes like a secondary core besides Adrian and Rocky is Rocky and Mickey.
Why?
Did you think he was funny?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, well I guess that's kind of true. It wasn't an outright like I thought he was funny, but when I asked,
But he was funny.
so
for
that's
sure.
the point for me. Yeah.
Mickey yells so much. I love it. He also says women weaken legs, and I said, true that. You told me that Paulie was nominated as Best Supporting.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand it, but you literally told me right before the drunken scene.
That's the scene that got him the nomination. It's a great scene, and from Tally Shire too is Adrian.
Yeah.
Is great in that as well. So that whole scene's fantastic.
It's so good, and also, Rocky is such a good flippin' dude.
Yeah.
He sits there and takes it. He doesn't, like, any time that Paulie has an outburst at him or, like, annoys him in any way, he, like, just takes it.
I thought you might hate Paulie and might use the word disgusting. But you didn't do that, so that's a knock against me.
I didn't hate Paulie. I wouldn't want to be his friend, for sure.
Right.
But, I think it's really nice. The depth of their relationship is good.
So I have 5 of 7 correct predictions. Not bad.
The speech about going the distance.
We're about to get kicked out of that location. So they had one shot to get that scene done, and they did it all in that one shot, and it's one of the best scenes in the movie.
I think I cared about it because I cared about the characters. If you don't get me with the characters, I don't care at all about this film.
I'm 100% on the same page as you. Yeah, there can be the best story ever, but if I don't connect with the character, if there's not, you know, you need to sympathize with people, you need to connect with them on some level, otherwise, and that's why I'm not a big fan of protagonists that aren't likable. It's hard to connect with them. So like Ferris Bueller, I really don't like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It's outrageous how relatable this boxer was to me. So like, how do they capture that?
It's the human experience.
It's incredible.
The boxing, you were into it. I was looking over and you were really feeling it, and like, yeah. It says a lot that this is a 4-year-old movie and you can still connect with the hits and you feel everything that's going on, both emotionally and seeing it on screen, just like, oh, that looked like that hurt.
I thought Rocky was gonna win, and then it didn't matter because at the end he's just calling out for Adrian, and it's such a good scene, and she runs up and he doesn't give a crap. They're like announcing that Creed wins, and he's just hugging Adrian, and like literally the most content, most wonderful moment ever. He's like so f***ed up, and he still just looks like $1 million because he's so happy. And that was like such great acting.
When that freeze frame comes up, you know, when they freeze like right before they go on the other side of the frame for that hug, Stallone said it was like the absolute maximum of the emotion in the movie, because like the frame after that, he said that everything kind of deflated, and it's like, okay, it's back to kind of normal life. That was like the absolute peak of everything, and you could tell. I mean, that was it. That moment still resonates with a lot of people.
I don't know why this couple spoke to me so much, but I really enjoyed them together.
I'm glad you did. I'm so glad you did. I'm so glad. I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't, you know, grow up with Rocky and everything.
And it's kind of stressful to watch something is that important to you with someone who hasn't seen it, because it's like, I really want you to like it, and also I really want to like it for you.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I want you to be honest. If you don't like it, and not everyone's gonna connect with things the same way that everyone else does.
Thank you so much for being honest with me. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you next week with something ridiculous that I haven't seen.
There you go.
Bye.
I have 11 of these to get through. Can I get this? I got next. Put you out here. Okay, it's getting tighter.
Oh, God.